Dubious ones, welcome back to the channel for some Ultra Pro Wrestling news. Today, we have some really sad news. But before we get into that, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave me your thoughts and comments on this situation down in the comments down below. But what we have right now is we just found out that the Ultra Pro Wrestling demo that was slated for Q3 2024, so basically coming out anytime between now and the end of the, end of September, is being delayed indefinitely. There is no set date for when it will be released. It's very sad news, but there is a silver lining in this news. We are getting a better, clearer state of a pipeline of why and what's going on. I'm going to show you the entire video for you guys to digest for yourself. Again, I want your feedback in the comments below, what you think about all this news, as it is a real heartbreaker, not just for fans of the game, but I mean, even more so for Sam Vallely, the developer himself, the lead developer, and for the folks over at Ultra Pro Wrestling and Hyperfocus Games. This is breaking their hearts more than anything else, as this is the last thing they wanted to do. But there's a reason I'm right now wearing my AEW hoodie, as I want to remind you the state in which we got AEW Fight Forever released in. Without a proper creator-wrestler, without community creations, without so many features and things that we desperately needed in that game. The game released unfinished. And the player base dropped off immediately within the first couple weeks. And it never recovered, and it probably never will recover because they're not putting in the things to the game that we want. Now, this is such a huge project. Ultra Pro Wrestling is slated to be possibly, potentially one of the greatest, if not the greatest wrestling games we've ever seen. Definitely the greatest we've ever seen from an independent developer, and the greatest we will have seen in decades, if they're able to pull it off. It's a big undertaking, and their team is very small, and I want you all to remember that their team is a very small team of a handful, 4, 5, 10 people working on this game, but they are working round the clock. This is not a side project. This is their main project. And the game is going to release. We are going to get a demo. But I don't want you guys to get all over the developers for this, because they are making the right decision here. If the game was going to be unfinished, or if the demo was going to be, if it wasn't going to be polished, and if it wasn't going to be everything that it could be, then they need to delay it. I don't care. You will not recover from stumbling out of the gates. A game like this needs to hit the ground running, and it needs to nail it at launch. Most players will never come back if this game, when it fully releases, if it's unfinished, if it's not polished, if there's glitches and it's terrible and there's issues, it's not going to work for them. They get one chance at this, and they're aware of that. Thanks to people like myself, thanks to you guys for letting them know. Take the time you need, make this game polished, don't rush it. With that being said, I'm going to let you guys listen to Sam Vallely himself, the lead developer and creator of Ultra Pro Wrestling, and what he had to say to us and why this is happening and what we can look forward to going forward. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
And unfortunately, it's bad news.
Right.
Hey everyone, Sam here from Hyperfocus Games. I have to make a video announcement about the demo, and unfortunately it's bad news. The demo is going to be pushed back. We announced that we would be releasing the demo in Q3. We're now not even in the middle, we're kind of now more towards the end of Q3. I was hoping that we could just see how things go and see if we could potentially still get it out, but the way it's looking, it's just not going to happen. And so I've decided it's better just to call it now, rather than be silent on the issue and wait until the end of Q3, and then if we can't do it, then announce that it's going to be pushed back. So yeah, I'm just announcing it now. I think a lot of people will be disappointed. Hopefully a lot of people will understand. We are a small team. There's been a number of issues that basically resulted in this delay. I don't want to go into the details of everything, but in the vein of being transparent, we had a massive issue with their animation pipeline. I ended up coming up with a solution. So this is where the good news comes in. I came up with a solution that basically improved our animation pipeline to the point where it's more than doubled. Like, so let me explain. The animations that we were creating for the demo were basically just going to be Bill Dollar and Buckingham, their moves, and then maybe a handful of other moves that you could see in the call system. Again, I don't want to go too much into all the reasons as to why this happened, but it's basically a small team issue. And so I had to take some time away from the core game development to rethink and reevaluate our whole animation pipeline. So, and I thought it was only going to take a couple of weeks. That turned into a couple of months. But the good news is that our animation pipeline now means that when the game releases, when the full release comes about, we'll have all the AKI animations recreated. We'll have all of them because we've improved our full game pipeline so much. So unfortunately, the demo pipeline has been delayed, but the pipeline for the full game, the full release, that's actually been cut down by, you know, like, I don't know, 200%, like, you know, because the main thing with the full game release that was going to take time was the animations. So we've now improved and refined that whole pipeline to the point where we've saved ourselves a lot of time, probably 6 months worth of time, and a lot of money. We've saved a lot of money by doing this thing. So there is a silver lining here. Unfortunately, the people that are looking forward to playing the game, they're probably less interested in that silver lining, and they're probably just disappointed that now they're not going to get the game when we said they were going to get the game, which is one of the reasons I really didn't want to have to make this video, and I was going to try and just push it back and try and just, again, work as hard as I can to get it done. But the other reason that I'm deciding not to do that is based on the feedback that we get. We know how people feel about Fight Forever, and the fact that that was rushed. And we are currently in a state just now where everything is being rushed. Everything's being rushed to try and just get this done as quickly as possible so that people have something tangible. You know, it's unfortunate, but, you know, we do sometimes get a handful of comments. I mean, it's probably less than 1% of the number of followers that we have, but, you know, occasionally you see a comment of, oh, this is never going to happen, this isn't a real game, and so there's motivation to try and...
That's not just you guys. I get those comments, again, not frequently, but I get those comments in my videos as well, from people as well, so I understand. And again, I'm very happy that they are making the decision to hold this game back and hold back the demo, as opposed to rushing it out just for those people, just to silence those people who don't think this game is real and think it'll never come out, or think it's going to be a wrestling code situation of this game might not come out till 2030 kind of deal. You know what I mean? We've seen gameplay, we've seen footage, we're seeing the development of the game. It's not in the same state. These guys are working on this full time, but I'll let them get back to it.
And silence those people by putting something out and showing them that this is a real game, this is really happening, the hype is real, all that stuff. But it's just not actually a good motivation to have when you're trying to produce something of high quality. And we want this game not only to be successful, but, you know, maybe we're delusional, but we want this game to be the best wrestling game that there ever has been. And if we rush it in the same way that other games companies have, we won't achieve that. People will see it, they'll see the rushed version, and they might not come back to it, even when we improve it and update it and everything else. So,
and that is something that I have stated to them over and over, and I'm so happy that they're listening to that. I know I haven't been the only one, but if you fumble the launch, you're never getting those players back. So no matter how perfect you get the game over time, there's this fragment and this section of the player base that will never look at your game ever again. Or when it's released, people who watch videos on it, see what it's like at release, will never even be interested to look at more future videos later to see how good it has become. There is a fraction of players that will never ever come back to the game if they don't nail it at launch. So I'm so glad that they understand this and that he is saying this. This to me is a good thing. It sucks. Yes, I was looking forward to the demo, playing it this month, the next few weeks, next month, whatever. I was looking forward to it too. But this is a good thing, chat. You have to know. This is for the best.
that's the situation. It's unfortunate. Again, like, I really didn't want to have to do this. I thought I was possibly going to be able to knock it out by the end of Q3, but just with everything that's happening, there was another issue as well with the UI. And I know some people will say that the UI, the menu and stuff like that's not overly important. People just want to play the game. But again, these type of things, like, it kind of has to be important to us. And yeah, we unfortunately got let down with the UI. We thought we had some developers that were going to produce a really high quality UI. It didn't end up happening, so there's going to be a bit more time added on to go back and rework that stuff. Yeah, and another thing, the animations as well. I mean, we can have all the animations in the game, but if people have seen like the videos that we've done for the moves and the call, you know that the animations, while we have an animation done, it still needs a lot of work to smooth it out, fix the hands. We now have the facial animations that we want to apply to moves. So that's something that wasn't going to be in the demo. Yeah, we're thinking, let's just take a step back. Let's just not try and appease the people that are convinced that this isn't a real game and all that. Let's actually focus on the fans that are the biggest supporter of ours. You know, we have people in the Discord that we've floated this idea of that we might not be able to get the demo out, and the people in the Discord who are our biggest supporters, they are the ones that have told us, you know, take your time, don't worry about it. Like, we don't want a rush game. Don't put this out early just to appease people, or, you know, to try and make up for the fact that we said something and now we're not able to do it. So yeah, it's bad news, but we're just trying to focus on the positives, on those silver linings, and yeah, we'll just focus on the fact that we're making a really good game that everyone's excited about, everyone's happy about, and although we have to push it back, it's not uncommon for studios to do this. You know, obviously big studios do this as well. Rockstar have done this. So the fact that we are a very, very small studio and we've had to do this, it's not the end of the world. It's just something that kind of sucks, because I know how much you guys want to play the game, and to be honest, I want you guys to play the game as much as you guys want to play the game. So trust me, if you're disappointed about this delay, I'm disappointed too. I don't want to put out another projection for a window of when it will come out just yet, because, you know, we've had to delay this one. If something comes up and we have to delay another one, then that's going to be a really bad look. So going forward just now, just know that we are working on the demo as much as possible every day. I'm 9 till 9 working on this game, so it's being worked on. It's not being delayed due to laziness or anything like that. There's a lot of hard work going into this, not just from me, from everyone else, Lucha, Hal, Anthony, Gimbals, everyone that works on the team, Stephen. Yeah, everyone involved works hard in this game, and so it's a shame that this has had to happen. But I'm hopeful that the people out there that know how important this game is will understand. So yeah, there it is. That's the bad news, and I'll keep you posted.
So that is the bad news. That is unfortunate. I wish we didn't have to wait for the demo. I'll be honest, I was really looking forward to it. I'm still looking forward to the game. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see another AEW Fight Forever. Not what I want to see happen to this game. This game has unlimited potential. They've made some very, very lofty, and they've made some grandiose promises and plans for this game. I'm hoping they can deliver. But the number one most important thing is going to be the fundamental core gameplay, those animations and everything. So if it's not ready, it's not ready. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Like you said, he could have released the game where you're going to have the hands aren't looking proper, the animations aren't finished, getting a rushed product where they have limited move sets and everything else. They didn't want to do that. And I think that was the smartest thing they could have done. Sam, everyone over at Hyperfocus Games, take your time. Make the game as polished as possible. The demo as well. If the game comes out in 2026, that'll suck having to wait, but I'd much rather wait for a finished, polished product than get another AEW Fight Forever or worse. And remember, guys, this is such a small studio. So please, I beg of all of you, dubious ones, I know you wouldn't, but don't go and harass these developers. Don't be upset with them. Don't go and spam them on Twitter and their Discord or anything else that you're upset. They're more upset than anyone, I can guarantee you. Don't be upset with them, because the most important thing is that this game comes out completed and finished and polished. We don't want an unfinished product that in 2 years, 3 years is finally finished, and then we get to enjoy it, but we've seen it all along the way and played it all through the not finished state, because the majority of players are only going to pick it up at launch or see what the game looks like at launch through videos, through streams, everything else. And if it's not there, they'll never probably look back and look at the game ever again. These guys, super small team, maybe 5 of them, 10 of them at most. I would imagine full-time working on this game, probably less than 5 guys. I know Sam is working, again, 9 to 9. This guy's working 12 hours a day on this game. I believe him. I feel like they are doing the best that they can. And like he said, with the new pipeline, with the animations, great. If that saves them 6 months on the final release of the product, fantastic. They are working their hardest to put all of your guys' suggestions into this game. They want this game to be the best it can be. And I want that too. So Sam and folks over at Hyperfocus Games, take all the time you need, make it as polished a product, and put out the best product you possibly can. Both for the demo and for the release. Because you have to remember, the demo is going to be so many people's first taste of this game. And a lot of people will make their decisions on buying this game. Sure, they might look back and see what it's like at release. But they might make a lot of people are going to make their decisions based on how the demo feels, plays, or looks to people on videos and on streams, etc. So make sure that everything is as polished as it can be. Looks good. I'm a little sad, of course, but I'm happy that they're making the right decision. I'd much rather this than get a rushed out product. Anyways, dubious ones, leave me your feedback in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, I will catch you all in the next one. Deuces.
Make way for Mr. Dubious ones. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.